ain't got no problem with him either. You know, I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and how he was acting.
He's definitely scared of me. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money.
Given the history of the sport, I didn't see nobody that can compete with Terence Crawford. And
he older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
You know, I mean, these guys, I don't think know what they do anything. It's mostly talk.
The super middleweight champion of all time, David Benavidez.
This dude can punch.
Where the hell do you go from here?
Terence "Bud" Crawford has reached an extraordinary milestone, achieving one of the most impressive accomplishments in modern boxing.
Congratulations, man. You did it. I'm so proud of you. You used all my tricks to beat Canelo, just like I showed you. You went in there and you got it done. Unbelievable, bro. All jokes aside, GOAT, man. Congratulations, champ. So well deserved. Salute.
While the world hailed him as a genuine all-time great, a new huge challenge arose, sparking significant controversy and an unexpectedly strong response from Crawford himself.
See for yourself after this fight. How long do you want to be in the sport? How long do you want to be actively fighting?
I don't know. You know,
it's not something you think about. You're just going fight by fight.
I always take one fight at a time. You know, one fight at a time. I feel great. I'm healthy, and like I said, I'm looking forward to having some fun.
A prominent figure in boxing is pushing for a matchup that many believe is far too dangerous, even for a legend like Bud Crawford.
Sick of seeing fighters getting the easiest fights just because they're getting the biggest paychecks. Like it don't. At the end of the day, it's not even about money. It's about giving the fans of boxing the fights that they deserve. They're paying the money at the end of the day, so fuck, let's go to war. Let's do what these people want us to see us do, and let's go to war and may the best man win. I wasn't going to go down to 168, but now...
The question is why this fight is being promoted and what it reveals about the hidden forces in boxing. Crawford's daring jump to 168 pounds was a risky gamble that paid off perfectly. He took on Canelo Alvarez in a bout so massive that commentator John Anike called it the biggest live sporting event he had ever covered, and he executed it flawlessly.
You know, if legacy's something for him, he's got to win one of those two fights, don't you think?
Yeah, I think in order to that he is one of the greatest men. I think that we would have to beat one of those guys. You know, and the only person that he hasn't fought is Benavidez. And I don't know. Bud said he wouldn't fight him, but I don't think that's true. I think that if that fight happens, I think Bud would also entertain that, and if he does entertain it, it seemed like the way that he beat Canelo he'd be able to beat him again.
The world watched Bud dismantle a genuine legend, securing a clear, unanimous decision. Yet it wasn't only the victory that stood out, but the manner in which he achieved it. Keen analysts noted that Canelo's style had become predictable, relying on one big punch at a time. Crawford, the master strategist, capitalized fully, using precise timing and clever counters.
He older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
And B-side, when you ask me, you said, how would you beat him, Lonnie B? What I tell you?
The same thing. You'll keep the jab on him, keep sticking the jab, moving and touching him with the right hand, and just turning him on
and throwing punches. That's how I just throw punches at it.
Yeah.
And I said level to the body, because that's open for him all night.
You said he ain't got the movement no more. You said he ain't, you know.
Adding to this, former UFC champion Kamaru Usman observed that the aggressive Canelo of the past didn't appear, suggesting the Mexican star may have lost the mental edge that once made him so fearsome. This clear victory also made Crawford the first male boxer to become the undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes, cementing his place among the sports legends.
I want to thank all my fans here that support me. I want to thank. This is bigger than the norm, you know, because I want to thank my urban community. I want to thank my Latin community. I want to thank my white community, and I want to thank my Asian community, my African community. I want to thank everybody, because today you see us all as one, you know. And a lot of people always say, how you get the Mexicans to side with you? I said, hey, my people too. I said so. So it don't matter if I'm fighting Canelo. Some of the urban community is going for Canelo.
But just as the world was celebrating, an unexpected voice shook the scene. That voice belonged to Turki Alalshikh, a highly influential figure behind boxing's biggest matches today. With his massive financial influence, his opinions aren't just suggestions. They are moves that can reshape the entire sport.
See a rematch?
No. He's not beaten Crawford, Canelo.
Okay.
I think he can, can he improve? Maybe. But
okay, so wait. If he's not beating Crawford, which is fair, right? I agree. Based on what we saw, I do think he can make improvements, but who knows? Is there someone else better out there than that you'd rather see Crawford fight than Canelo?
Well, Turkey did ask, could Bivol get down to 168?
I asked, Turkey said, can Benavidez?
I thought he said Bivol.
No, I said Bivol. Oh. Turkey said Benavidez.
Well, certainly not. Certainly not Benavidez. I don't think he's beaten Benavidez. I think that's a bridge way too far. I think a lot of things too far. But could you just imagine if Bivol could, the skill we'd see in that fight?
Yeah.
The rounds between Canelo and Crawford went by like that. They'd be the same against those two. That'd be epic.
After Crawford's victory, Turkey casually proposed what he saw as the next logical challenge for the new 168 pounds champion, a matchup against David Benavidez.
Hear me out here, Kamaru. Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh
Canelo.
My God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he was not, because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you do, bro.
The idea immediately grabbed the boxing world's attention. It wasn't just a casual recommendation. It ignited major controversy, especially coming from Bud himself.
Ever entertain a fight with David Benavidez?
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't,
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. His brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah,
you just size him up. Especially when you're going into a bigger weight class like that. You size him up and you see your advantages.
Crawford responded promptly and firmly. He made it clear he had no interest in facing the Mexican powerhouse, saying Benavidez is simply too big. He explained that the Canelo fight was different because, even in different divisions, he and Canelo are roughly the same size. He stressed the point by noting that Benavidez is over 6 feet tall and would likely rehydrate to around 190 to 200 pounds on fight night.
190 to 200 pounds on fight night.
Canelo hasn't fought David Benavidez yet, and a lot of people looked at him having to move from the super middleweight to the light heavyweight division to get some of the matches that he wants. But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
No, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. When you look.
Right, not now. It's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, say, all right, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off. And I told him that a long time. I told him that when, before I fought his brother. I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You're going to do big things. But the dude going to come in at like 200, 210. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get why Canelo, was like, I don't need to fight this dude because, one, he can take a punch. He's going to come in there and going to just lay on you and bulldoze you,
Right.
And Canelo just didn't want that, work. But me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I can beat anybody.
His stance was so firm that he made a striking comment. I might as well move up to heavyweight if I were to face Benavidez.
Crawford is. Crawford's very he has a big ego, especially when it comes to anything he does, bro. He has a big ego. And I said this yesterday. I won't be surprised if he dominates Canelo and then they offer him Benavidez and he says okay.
It wasn't just a fighter turning down a challenge. It was a strategic champion establishing a clear limit. And Crawford isn't alone. The size gap is a concern shared by many boxing experts.
Same time, I mean, Benavidez is also the one guy that nobody's willing to fight. And if nobody's willing to fight him, that makes his value go up. And so the thing is that if you get the right guy that is willing to pay for that, and I mean I don't see him saying that, okay, well, we can't afford to fight this guy. So I mean, that fight can happen if it's a fight that I think Bud want to entertain.
And if you're Canelo, I think the only thing you could possibly want is that rematch to get that a little bit of that legacy back.
Remember when Floyd said, I think he should fight, Terence Crawford want to be great, he should fight David Benavidez. Remember Floyd saying that? Why do you think Crawford didn't pay that no mind?
What?
That's right. You know why? He like, listen, man. Nah, I'm gonna be strategic about this. And it is business-wise, it's smart. Terence Crawford is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing, but we got weight classes for a reason. He called Canelo at the right time, like Canelo done, guys. And I'm not saying that his win is not valid. It's very valid, and that's what he was supposed to do. And he outboxed Canelo, and I can't take nothing away from his win. But was that the same Canelo that Floyd fought? Was that the same Canelo that Amir Khan fought? So Terence Crawford is gonna be strategic at this weight. He ain't just gonna come here and I bet you he don't fight at this weight again. I bet you he don't fight nobody else at 68.
David Benavidez is a natural light heavyweight who currently holds a championship at 175 pounds.
Definitely scared him. If you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? So he sees a lot of things in me that he can't stop. Not only does he see speed, does he see power, but he sees a lot of heart in me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I want to prove myself to the world that I'm the greatest fighter. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't scare me to get in there with another great fighter because I know that elevates me and who I am as a competitor.
By contrast, is a natural welterweight who built his reputation at 147 pounds.
I ain't gonna lie, they gonna say that's why I gotta let y'all know, because they gonna say I'm glazing, but I'm telling the truth.
Dig it.
This dude power for me, and I've been saying this for years, it carries through the weight class. Okay. So I can see him in the ring with a 175 or a cruiserweight, and if he touched them, I don't care who you are, you're gonna feel that shit, bro. I don't care who the fuck it is. I done seen him in the ring with a heavyweight.
And you fight Benavidez?
I like Benavidez, so I ain't gonna disrespect him.
I said, no, I don't want to say him fight.
I'm gonna say my opinion.
I just want to say him fight. That's
my opinion.
Absolutely.
At 168, if Benavidez come down there, I don't think he beats Bud.
Okay, I dig.
That's my opinion. People want to say I'm crazy, but
the skill is.
The skill is.
No, the skill is there. No,
it's just usually because someone's a little bit bigger, right?
Yes, and they think like, okay, you got to be able to take certain punishment that the other guy's putting on you. But I watched Bud when he fought Canelo, and then I watched Benavidez when he fought Caleb Plant. And when I seen it was like Caleb Plant was outboxing him. So if Caleb Plant didn't gas out, Caleb Plant might have beat him that night. But Bud, he don't tire.
You're not gonna gas.
He come in tremendous condition. And for me, I just think Bud is a legend. So they might say I'm crazy, but people might say they're not gonna make that fight happen. But I don't think it's far-fetched.
Like that's the
much
the biggest.
Got to lose.
He been fighting that one. He's fighting him at 68, I think. He can get the
68 would be
he a big dude.
Ideal because he came from 68.
He a big dude.
Oh, he came from. Oh, so he went up. Now he has to come back down.
Yeah, he would have to come back down.
That'd be
a difference too.
Now that's a fight. Like, that's a
Yeah,
fight.
because Benavidez the truth too.
Hey,
He the truth.
punches and bunches with bad intentions.
Yes. He the truth.
Hey, remember, hey, go watch, go look, hey, dog.
He the truth. He a killer.
Yeah,
He is our resident fight
a
expert.
whole killer.
Yeah, he watching. He knows us.
He's the man we go to.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia put it simply, warning.
There's no way. Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. But this is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
Garcia called it a dangerous matchup for Crawford. The fight was largely promoted for Canelo Alvarez, and many believe it isn't Crawford's responsibility to face a fighter who naturally competes in a higher weight class.
Listen to me.
Almost worse than Canelo was.
He will beat the living shit out of Terence Crawford.
If David Benavidez come out of 68, he'll fuck him up. I got Terence Crawford.
That's not
I ain't
gonna
betting against Terence Crawford no more. I mean,
Okay.
I ain't never bet against
Well,
him.
listen to me.
I bet $10.
You see what I'm saying? Because he outboxed over the hill Canelo. People see how people think, he a crush. No, he dope. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not dope, but what I'm saying is, but you see how boxing can trick your mind. Listen, David Benavidez will beat the socks off of Terence Crawford. I'm sorry, he don't stand a chance. He's too little. How you gonna keep him off? And David uses a jab. I sparred with David. Listen, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight. Listen,
it's a tough fight, but
listen, Terence Crawford.
That little black nigga from Omaha.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Motherfucker from Omaha. That nigga is a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
But going up against the powerful figures controlling the sport is nothing new for Terence Crawford.
There's still a need for Benavidez.
Who, Canelo?
Turkey
people,
Jock.
People are talking about it.
Turkey hinted at that. He was like Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
man. No, they ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
It's going to be a tough fight. You can say whatever you want to say. Terence Crawford is one of the best in the division. Terence Crawford opens himself up a little bit. I think one of the major keys is going to be the jab.
That intense, high-stakes battle for independence showed what was coming, proving Crawford has always been willing to challenge the boxing establishment to create his own legacy, a challenge he now faces again.
David, I gotta ask you, bro, before you leave, because all the fans want to know this. Can you still make 168?
To be honest with you, man, let Terence Crawford live. That's his weight class. I lost interest in 168 a long time ago. I know that we could get offered a lot of money to go down to 168, but I'm more comfortable at 175. I'm chasing better beef. I'm chasing Bivol. I'm chasing these other bigger. I'm chasing Surdo Ramirez at cruiserweight. You know what I mean? So I've been at 168, but I have no interest in going down.
Dude's a maniac. Who chases better BF and Bivol? Who chases better BF and Bivol? What's wrong with you?
Now there's a serious claim that powerful figures like Turki Alalshikh may be trying to sway Crawford with money. To understand why this is so tense, the history matters. Canelo has faced tough opponents like Mayweather, Lara, and Bivol, but his avoidance of Benavidez stands out. For years, Benavidez was the biggest threat in the 168-pound division, calling Canelo scared and saying he had no chance. Yet the fight never happened, forcing Benavidez to leave the division. For a potential matchup with Canelo, Benavidez insisted he would not drop back to 168 because he held a championship belt. Now, in a surprising twist, Benavidez's father says that if Turki Alalshikh wants Crawford, their camp is willing to move back down. This sudden change adds weight to the idea that Turki's money can influence even firm decisions. Meanwhile, this is happening in real time. Crawford turned 38 on September 28th, and time is running out in his prime, adding pressure to every decision. The Benavidez fight carries nearly legendary stakes. Analyst Breadman Edwards says a win could cement Crawford as one of the greatest fighters ever, placing him in the most exclusive hall of boxing history. Edwards describes different rooms of greatness: a platinum room for immortals like Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, and other rooms for legends like Marvin Hagler. Beating Benavidez is more than winning a belt. It could open the door to the platinum room. Still, Crawford has other options. There's a dangerous matchup with rising star Jiren Boots that fans are demanding. Then there's tension with Jamal Charlo, which started when Crawford, after dominating Errol Spence, pointed at Charlo's twin and said, "You're next." Some close to Crawford, like Shakur Stevenson, believe he has nothing left to prove and urge him to retire at his peak.
I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear Benavidez, Ortiz on Boots. I don't want to hear shit because, listen, bruh, he beat the face of boxing. He cemented the fact this was Terence Bud Crawford era. No rehydration clause, no catch weight. He said, I am going to beat you on Mexican Independence Day in the biggest stadium. I'm going to walk out to a mariachi band holding a guitar. Brother guy, hey, bruh, that's belt to ass. He was the buckle, everything, bruh. After this, everything goes downhill from here. Nothing competes against it. And the thing is, he's only going to get older. What are you going to do? Go down and cut muscle like Roy did? His mission was Nello. That's it. There's no Janabek, no Fundora, no Benavidez. None of that shit. It's over with, bruh. I hope he retired.
So imagine the two paths. Path 1. Crawford at 38 steps into the ring against a 200-pound David Benavidez. Will it become a historic triumph or a costly mistake? Path 2. He faces Jamal Charlo, settling a long-standing family score. Which story does the world really want to see? The impossible challenge or the personal grudge? What we are witnessing is the clash of a fighter's hard-earned legacy, the heavy pressures of the sport, and the unforgiving reality of time. Terence Crawford stands at a crossroads, facing a minefield of decisions. He could take the ultimate risk for GOAT status against Benavidez, settle the old score with Charlo, fight a hungry young contender, or accept that his legacy is already secure. In the end, the question isn't just who Crawford will fight next. It's the question every legendary fighter must face. What do you do when you've conquered every mountain and the only thing left to challenge is time itself? That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Share your thoughts in the comments, stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.